Hey yo everybody, it is Voltage and we are here with the ultimate Pokemon picker. Now, you guys know I've been doing tier lists on the channel for Gens 1 through 9, all of which you can find on a card at the top of your screen right now. And I told you guys after the most recent Gen 9 video, which you guys seem to love by the way, thank you for all the support. I told you guys that I had one more massive surprise in store. And how can we finish a series of tier lists on all my favorite Pokemon without doing a video covering my all-time favorites? You've seen my opinions, you've seen my Gen 1 through 9 tier list, and if not, there's a binge for you. And now we're gonna make my ultimate tier list with all this here. So this should have everything that we need. I'm gonna fill this whole thing out in this video, and this will certainly also tie into some future PokeRogue content. If you wanna see more of that, consider joining the Voltage crew and look forward to that coming out soon. Without further ado, that's the intro. Let's get into it and have some fun, shall we? So, we'll do all of Gen 1 first. We'll go through each generation as kind of like a note to the video I did before, or the videos I have done with each one. So we're gonna see who takes the top, and likely these should all be from my S tier. I'm not reviewing my previous tier list, so I'm very curious how this will pan out, right? But I might not have a Pokemon from every type in the S tier. I might just have limited options, so we'll see how it goes. Now for normal types in Gen 1, of all these, man, already we've got some hitters. It comes down to probably Kangaskhan, Snorlax, Porygon, Eevee, or Ditto. If I really had to pick between these, who would I get rid of by one? I love Ditto, but you'd probably go first. Eevee is great, so are these, so I probably have to go to Porygon, yeah. I think I know. I think I give it to Snorlax. I think he really is number one. I really do love the guy. I've had lots of fun memories with him. He's a Pokemon I really do enjoy, so we'll give him the spot. Fire, do we even have to ask? Obviously, it's Charizard. Obviously, let's not even get crazy. Water, it comes close between probably about 3. Blastoise, Gyarados, and Kabutops. I do like a lot of the other ones, but I'm not sure that they are top potential. And as much as I love Kabutops, unfortunately, I have to play Classic. I actually do love Gyarados more. I don't even think it's as close as I'd like it to be. Gyarados is just that great. Grass. I think I do solidly give this to Venusaur. I think solidly so. The only starter who doesn't beat out their other types is unfortunately Blastoise, but I give the Venusaur there. Electric. Ooh, on this one, I gotta give it to Electabuzz. I love me some Electabuzz. Ice. There are chances for dupes, of course, in certain gens. I will try not to put a dupe unless that Pokemon genuinely just does beat all the others, but I would give this to Articuno. Definitely. Fighting, this is very close as well. I love all the fighting types. The only two who don't come as close are Poliwrath and Hitmonlee. And I used to really love Poliwrath, but I guess he's just not been as good these days to me. But between Machamp, Hitmonchan, and Primeape, I give it to Machamp, but Annihilape has a better chance of competing. Poison. Oh, this is easy. It's close because there are some overlaps here. So the real kicker is like, okay, if I put up Nidoking and Gengar against one another, who takes it? I actually have to say Nidoking. I am a huge Nidoking fan. Huge. I love the guy so much. And then Ground. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, would it be more accurate if I put Nidoking in both because I like him better than these, or should I choose a different mon? Although, who do I like better between the Rhyhorn line and Nidoking? I actually do get Nidoking now, I'd say. But I'm going to try to not do dupes here. But then they might end Rock. No, okay, let's be as fair as possible. Nidoking takes 2 spots. It's just real talk. Flying type. Okay, in this case, it'd be Charizard, obviously, again. For the dupe, right? Psychic, easily Mewtwo. We don't even have to question it. Easily, I mean, again, I'm not out here trying to be different in Gen 1. I'm sure these are very popular picks. Maybe Electabuzz is Spice. Maybe Nidoking is Spice, but you get it. Bug type, Scyther, but Pinsir's been very close, and so is Beedrill. Well, Beedrill or Scyther? Scyther, but it's really close. It's really close. Rock, let's scroll down a bit. Now, this one, I can lock in a Kabutops. I can easily do that. Ghost, Gengar has to take it, but of the 3 forms, it's Gengar. Dragon, oh, easily Dragonite of the 3 forms, yes. Dark is just all this, not even really dark types, it's just all these, like, you know, funny little additions. I'm a classic Ghost fan myself, so we'll take that. Steel. I actually like Magnemite better than Magneton. Fairy. between these. You know, Gen 1 does have some limits on these later sections. Clefairy over the others, just in its first form, yeah. Starter, obviously, Charizard. Gimmick form. Gimmick form. Make Charizard X, I mean. Yeah. Yeah, that's not really a contest. Legendary. Of all of them, Mew is getting close. Mew is getting close. But Mewtwo has to take it for legend. He's close, but not quite. And then all-star favorite, y'all already know, but we're putting Mega Charizard. Mega Charizard X is so cool. I just love his design so much. Unfortunately, I don't like his in-combat design. I feel like he could have been better there, but he's my all-star. If he counts, yes. And then Charizard obviously being the second. So there's Gen 1. You know, obviously this is a very classic list. I'm sure there'll be some criticisms. Feel free to comment whatever you want. I love people who agree. I love you disagree. Especially if you dislike the video. I would love to know what your most disliked picks were. It's always so entertaining to me, right? I love knowing the difference in opinion. Or those who agree with me. Let's go on to Gen 2. So Gen 2 is a little more tricky for me. Not really in this section. I give it to Ursaring pretty easily. Fire. It has to be Magby. It is Magby. Yeah, I love that line. Water. Kingdra or Feraligatr? Probably Feraligatr. Kingdra has let me down sometimes. Grass, easily Celebi. Electric. Elekid. Yep, Elekid. Ice. Sneasel. Fighting. Heracross. Poison. Ariados, though it's close-ish with Crobat. Ground. It's gotta be Larvitar. Gligar's close, but I gotta give Larvitar. Flying type. We will do Flying. Crobat looking good. Murkrow, I'll probably take Ho-Oh over all these. Psychic. Unfortunately, this might be Celebi twice. Like, do I like Espeon better than Celebi? No. Bug. Easily Scizor. I mean, come on. It's not even fair. Rock. Tyranitar. Duh. Again, not fair. Ghost only has to be Misdreavus. It has to be your favorite pick. Same with Dragon. It has to be Kingdra. Although I do like both these mons, so I'm fine with that. Dark. Umbreon or Tyranitar? Or Sneasel? I actually... do I like Umbreon or Sneasel better? I actually would take Umbreon. Yeah, surprising myself. I'd take Umbreon. Steel, does Scizor take 2 spots? Oh, heck yeah, it does. Fairy. This is actually kind of a battle of mid, but I do like huge power Azumarill, so you kind of... Ooh, a Togepi, though? Who do I like better? Togekiss? Okay, but then, not including Togekiss. Do I like Togepi or Togetic better than Azumarill? No. Starter. That would be Typhlosion, even though he didn't win over there. Gimmick form. I'm not going to lie, not off of how good they are, because I don't really know for sure how well they all place, except for some that are pretty bad. I think Mega Houndoom looks so good. I think they cooked with Mega Houndoom. Legend, if you couldn't guess already, a Celebi. I love time travel so much, and it's very cute. And then all-star favorite of all my picks. All-star favorite of Gen 2. Gen 2's favorite. Looking at them all, who do I have the most love for? All right, say Ursaring versus Magby. Ursaring. Ursaring versus Feraligatr. Ursaring. Ursaring versus Celebi. Celebi. Versus Elekid. Alone. Celebi. Celebi. Heracross. Celebi. 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 It's Celebi. Okay, well, that's it. Yeah, Celebi is my favorite in Gen 2. I didn't know that going into this, that it would be like that. But hey, you know, Celebi's the favorite. Okay, Gen 3. My Gen 3 fans, see where we're at. Got the 2 Kecleons on there. It's funny. This is a little close between Slacking and Taillow, or Swallow, but we're taking Slacking. Oh, Zangoose. I do love Zangoose. I'm a Zangoose fan, but do I love him more than Slacking? No, it's because he sucks. Slacking, so... No, it's not... It's good. It's good in his game. Enough. Fire, easily Blaziken. Don't ever question that. Got Swampert, we got Sharpedo, Kyogre, a bunch of mid. Celio, you're not included in the mid. Don't worry, buddy, I'm not dissing you. But you're not the top. I like all that. I think I gotta give it to Swampert. As much as I do like Kyogre, I like Swampert better. Grass, it should be a Sceptile Sweep. I really do like Shiftry and Bloom and Cacturne. There were a lot of good grass types in this gen, but I do like Sceptile better. Electric. Manectric easily over this battle of mid. Ice, Regice easily. I know that there's my Steel fans, but sorry, dude. Fighting, unfortunately, a little lackluster in this gen, but Blaziken takes it twice. Poison, oof, also lackluster. I'm giving it to Survivor. Ground. Groudon, I really love Flagon. I really love Trapinch, but I gotta give it to Groudon. He's so cool. I'm such a child. This list is made by a 10-year-old. Shadow Lugia is so biased off design alone, but I didn't really play the games to love it as much. I gotta give it to Rayquaza, which is also like, he's about to take 2 spots. Psychic, ooh, this is tough. But we're gonna go with Deoxys, and specifically this form. I love how it looks. That's attack, I believe. Bug, very bad for this region, I'm not gonna lie, but we'll take a Ninjask. Rock, Regirock or Aggron. I used to love Aggron, but he just does not perform for me over the last few years the way I wish he did. So I got to give it to Regirock. I would love to do a video based on the Regis at some point if I get enough of them to like make that happen for Pokerogue. Then Ghost, easily Duskull. I like it better than Dusclops. Dragon, this is actually somewhat close to these like legends, but Rayquaza has to take it. He's just insane. They love this guy. Dark, I'll give it to Absol. I do think Absol's design is just so perfect, and I love the themes behind this mon. Steel, Metagross or Jirachi. As much as I love Jirachi story-wise, Metagross is so good, and Registeel is probably a nice third. Metagross. Fairy, Gardevoir. I mean, it's not even a contest. Starter, I couldn't make up my mind when I was doing the Emerald Legacy video, but re-looking back at it, if I had to pick a number 1, it's probably Blaziken. Even though I love them all very close. If I had to pick between the 3 of them, for sure, on just like my favorite as a whole, I'd probably pick Blaziken, but I really do love them all. They are so relatively close. Gimmick form, now this is nice. Mecha Rayquaza is the easy answer. Is there one I like better? Mega Blaziken's a nice runner-up. Some of these are kind of ugly. Metagross is kind of runner-up, but like a lot of these are really ugly. But I love the sprites, man. I love the sprites. We're gonna give it Rayquaza though, sorry. I'm not trying to be different. And then favorite legendary. Now this is close because Rayquaza should be it, but at the same time, Deoxys, bro. But you see Rayquaza on my list 3 times. You gotta be there a 4th? Who do I like better between Deoxys and Rayquaza? Personally, call it a mix of the century. I'd take Deoxys. I do like Deoxys better than Rayquaza. Personally, I really love this mon. And then favorite of all, I mean, is there a way I can argue it not being Rayquaza? Real talk. But then if Deoxys I just beat Rayquaza with, then obviously it should be the number 1. And what about the other options? Let's compare them. Okay, Slacking or Blaziken? Blaziken barely. Blaziken for sure. Blaziken and Groudon. This is including Primal, who didn't make the list. So Blaziken, Rayquaza or Deoxys. Deoxys should ingest Deoxys. Duskull alone, Deoxys. Absolute Deoxys. And I guess Deoxys. Wow. I would not have guessed that. My favorite Gen 3 Pokemon, by narrowing down the list, is indeed Deoxys. Okay, sick. So I've got a starter and 2 legends. I'm very original, aren't I, guys? Y'all are gonna hate this list, man. Okay, y'all are gonna hate this. Y'all are gonna hate me. Let's go to normal for Gen 4, my goated original gen, and Regigigas. Yes, even over Arceus. I love Regigigas. Infernape or Magmortar? Ooh, that is a tough question. But Infernape is so iconic, bro. And then we got Water. Palkia. Look at these legends, bro. They're all over. Leafeon takes grass easy, though. Yeah, Leafeon. I love Leafeon. Electivire easily taking electric. Sure does. That's my goat. Oh, look at the little Pichus. That's cute. The little special Ranger Pichus. And from the movie. Okay. Ice type. Weavile. Fighting type. Lucario, Gallade, and Infernape. Very close. If I had to pick one. Or Toxicroak. I mean, Toxicroak's like, this was a gen that cooked with fighting types. I can't lie. These are all W's. But me, personally, I'm actually taking Gallade. Personally. That comes down to him and Lucario are very, very close. Shout out to G-Freak that I just did not pick Lucario right there. But I love the psychic fighting and the slicing blades thing, the sharpness theme he has going on with the arm blades. I love that whole thing. That whole thing got me. So big fan, big fan. Poison, that goes to Drapion. I'm secretly a big Drapion fan. I love the guy, even if others be hating on my goat. Ground is just so rigged. When you put in Garchomp, it's so rigged. Flying type would be... I'm looking at Togekiss. Staraptor's close. Honchkro's maybe runner-up. Glycer's runner-up. Probably Togekiss. Psychic. Gallade takes it twice. Bug. Horrible. Horrible. Give this to Skorupi. Fuck Remainum. Then we'll go over to Rock, and Rhyperior does take it. Or Rampardos slowly gaining ground, man, but Rhyperior takes it for me. Ghost, Giratina. I mean, come on. Again, but Dusknoir, oof, between these two is big. I love Dusknoir, but Giratina, he's just that guy. Dragon, oof, that was devious. Putting in the mystery dungeon, woohoo! That's devious work. But if I had to pick, it's Giratina again, man. He might end up taking this gen. Darkrai easy, though. Hold on, forgot about my goat. Don't let him slide. Steel. Lucario or Dialga? Or Primal Dialga. I think that's what you call him. Or Dark Dialga, something like that. The whole time thing is really sick, but I feel like I always enjoy how Celebi is just given more screen time to do time travel shenanigans. I don't really see Dialga doing it the way he should. I'd give it to Lucario. I will. Lucario does make the pick. He makes the pick. Fairy, easily Togekiss. Starter. Infernape. I don't think that's even arguable anymore, as much as I do love the others. Gimmick form. Gallade. Look at that big behind sword blade. Look at that cape. Look at that aura. Yes. Legend. Okay, this is actually a tough one. Darkrai, Giratina, or Regigigas? That is the question. And between these guys, Giratina or Darkrai? Giratina or Regigigas? CP. My gut is telling me it's actually Darkrai. And then for the favorite, ooh, here we go. Look at this lineup. This has got to be the most satisfying favorites lineup I've had so far. Maybe Gen 1 too. Gen 1 was very close to this, but this is good. This is good. Regigigas versus Infernape. Regigigas versus Palkia. Regigigas versus Leafeon. Barely Regigigas. Electivire, as much as I love you, Regigigas. We got Regigigas, Gallade, Regigigas, Drapion, Regigigas, Garchomp. Maybe Garchomp. Garchomp and Togekiss, Garchomp. I guess I do give the Garchomp just barely. Just because of how bad Regigigas actually is. And Garchomp is really good. Garchomp over Togekiss, Garchomp over Skorupi, Garchomp over Hyperior, Giratina and Garchomp. Garchomp might have been a sleeper pick. Hold on. Over Giratina? Actually, yes. Garchomp and let's skip Darkrai. Garchomp and Gallade, Mega Gallade. I'd probably still pick Garchomp most of the time. Over Lucario, yes, and over Darkrai. Those are the top two picks. A pseudo or the legend, guys. We're getting another legend on my top favorites. Wow. Talk about an upset. It's Garchomp. It is. I really wanted to say Darkrai, but when I really think about it, Garchomp, I love him in like every single game. Every chance I can use him, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. We're here through Gen 4. If we're about to hit the halfway point, you enjoyed so far, consider subscribing and joining the Voltage crew. Let's get into Gen 5. Gen 5 normal. What the hell is this? Is this from the movies? What are these ladies' legs? This has got to be from like the movie thing, right? Like the Star Studios or whatever it's called. That's my guess. But this is a whole barrel of mid. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This is bad. This is gotta be one of the worst pools I've ever seen. I almost want to say ladies' legs, and I'm gonna piss off the Gen 5 fans if I say that. I do like Stoutland though, so we'll give it to Stoutland. Woohoo! All right, bye, Stoutland. Fire. Yeah, these are like the movie stuff. Reshiram or Emboar. Really the only start. Like Darmanitan, I like a lot, but not as much as other people. Oh, Victini too. Low-key Victini, yeah. Water. I used to love Keldeo as a kid, especially when he first dropped, but I've fallen out of love with him over time. Unfortunately, I'm really seeing that Gen 5 does not have a great pool of Mon so far when you really put them in like their own categories. Samurott. Grass, Superior, Contrary, super fan. Virizion, very nice too. Otherwise, a bunch of mid, Superior. Electric. Okay, I want to put in this like Godzilla. Yes, but I'm not counting this, so Thundurus, Therian. Ice, easily the Fusion, but I like the Reshiram Fusion more. Just from design and because that's what I experienced. There's this literal dude who's a fighting type. Okay, literal guy. Of fighting types, though, Conkeldurr pretty easily takes it now. Scolipede is good, even with lack of options. Crocodile or Golurk? Whoo! Crocodile after recent times, not gonna lie. He pulled one over on Golurk just barely. If you would have asked me before the Crocodile Pokerogue video, I would have said Golurk. But now, Crocodile stole that. This is flying. I'm probably gonna go to one of the legendaries. No. Yeah, I'll have to give it Thundurus again. Psychic. I always forget Victini is fire psychic. Easily Victini again. Sorry, dude. Bug, and I am looking. Don't think I'm moving too fast and missing something. I really am checking. Genesect. I'm such a child, man. I'm ready to criticize my own work, but I'm being honest with y'all. Rock. Talk about bad, Gigalith. Ghost Golurk can easily take this one. Yes, Golurk, my king. Dragon. No. Hydreigon. I'm not as big a fan of you as other people, despite the fact that I do really like you. But I might have to give it to Zekrom. Or do I give it the Fusion? Probably Zekrom. The Fusion's cool, but like now that Pokemon Infinite Fusion exists, I've fallen out of love with the concept. So I'm always going to be grateful for them basically inspiring that idea in a more applicable way. Do Zekrom. Dark. Does Hydreigon take this one? Oh, no. Sorry, Crocodile. Oh, Zoroark. Sorry, Zoroark takes that. Fighting. Or not fighting. Steel. Genesect or Bisharp. Excadrill's good, but not quite there. Unfortunately, Genesect. Fairy. I have to include Cottony and Whimsicott, huh? Okay, well, I'm forced to for the fans. Yo, shout out. Starter, I can't believe I'm about to say this, even though Emboar was my original GOAT, but I gotta say, I love Contrary Superior a lot. So, yeah, that's really fun. Gimmick forms, the only thing we have are Mega Audino or this. I like this concept of a Godzilla Tyranitar. I think that's really cool. Nothing else really tickles my fancy. No, I like that. Lady's Legs, close second. Legendary. Genesect or Victini pretty easily for me. And I'll give it to Victini. And then favorite as a whole, you barely make the list. So you versus Victini. Superior, because I get more use out of it. Thundurus, because of a special occasion where I really started to fall in love with Thundurus. Thundurus. Oof. I'm such a big Golurk fan, but I also really love Thundurus. This is hard. Thundurus, Therian, or Golurk? I kind of am rooting for Golurk to make the list as a non-starter, non-mythical, non-pseudo-mon, but oh, Thundurus, my dog. My heart is actually telling me, despite it all, it's actually insanely Golurk. I can't believe how much I love this guy. Zekrom, Golurk wins. Versus Zoroark, Golurk wins. Versus Whimsicott, hell yes. Versus that, yeah, wow. Barely. It's close. It could easily change on a different day, but I'm going to give it to Golurk. Give some spice to the list. Finally, Golurk, the one non-special mon making the list so far. That's my Ghost Ground King. That's him right there. Shiny Charm, then make them shiny. That's cool. All right, Gen 6. Here we go. Let's try this some more. Let's see what we got. Not ground. What am I talking about? I'm looking at this dude. Normal. The Megas are going to make this so bad for Gen 6. It's about to be a crime. Let's give it to Mega Kangaskhan. Fire. Now this. Oh, the primals are in this category. Okay, but it is not fair that the gimmicks are included in both. Well, you're not. You're just including the gimmick form. No, it is fair because it's now a Gen 6 fire type rather than just a gimmick. Well, you take it. The Fletchinder was close. Water. Primal Kyogre, Greninja. Greninja. And not Mega Gyarados either. Grass. I keep saying forgive me. Grass, we're going to put the mix-up of the Century. Trevenant. Electric. The other Pikachus really count, but like this lineup is bad, so heck yes, I'm taking it. And I don't like the cosplays better than my go right here. Although Pikachu Libre is close. Ice. Horrible ice selection. I keep saying bro. Shut up. Shut up, Voltage. Take the Abomasnow. Fighting. I gave it to Gallade last time. Mewtwo is close. I really do like Fangoro. But if I had to pick... Gallade. Poison. Beedrill or Gengar. I like regular Gengar better than Mega. So I actually give it a Beedrill, who I like better sometimes than regular Beedrill. You get it. Ground. Zygarde's pretty cool, so is Primal Groudon. I've grown on Zygarde a lot, especially its other forms. That really made this guy go live. Which, do they count in Gen 7, Little Peak? They do, who I like better. Do I like this Zygarde better than them, though? No. That's not fair. I'd probably give it to Primal Groudon, then. Flying. Mega Charizard Y. Does he actually fall lower than some of the others? Maybe. Mega Rayquaza placing here. Are we serious? And all the Pavilions. Noivern I also have a lot of love for, but I would give it to actually Fletchinder. I give it to Fletchinder. I like Fletchinder better than Y. I rarely use Y. If I'm just saying Charizard bias, like you really put the two of them up against each other. It's just, the fact is I don't see him as a Gen 6 Mon, even though I validly agree that he is. But Fletchinder really deserves to make it on this list. It's kind of a robbery that he's being paired up against my literal favorite Pokemon. Unfortunately, you know, just for that, so I'm just going to make this distinction. Fletchinder gets on here because I rarely see Y as that distinction, and if I really had to choose, I'd rather just run Charizard X and then run Fletchinder than I would Charizard Y, personally, despite it being better. Psychic, this Mewtwo from Pokken is robbery because I actually really loved Pokken. I'm sad to see it went. But even with that, it's Hoopa for me. Hoopa's movie sold me on this guy so hard. Bug, Mega Beedrill, yes. Rock. Surprisingly, Mega Diancie. Ghost. Hoopa's first form counts. Then there's Trev. There's obviously Aegislash. But against the Ghosts, I'm probably giving it to Hoopa still. Dragon, this is so unfair. But I have to give it to Charizard X. It's not fair, but I have to. Can't lie to y'all. Dark, I had to once again give it to Hoopa, as much as I love a lot of the other ones on that list. Steel, we can give to Aegislash. Attack specifically, yes, we can give that to him. Fairy, I'm not the craziest Xerneas fan, all things considered. Turn to Floette, probably Sylveon. That's my boy, my femboy Sylveon right there. Mega Gardevoir, not enough. Sylveon. Starter, Greninja, easily. It's just not fair, even though I do really like Delphox. Gimmick, do we even need to think? Give it Charizard X again. Legend. Actually, okay, so we're counting Zygarde here. We get the big form. Then, yes, it's probably this Zygarde. Hoopa's theme is so sick, but other than its legendary bringing in thing, you can't really do that in a battle, right? The Blotties are always such close tiers. You have Eltal's honorable mention. The Primals are too. Saves Mega Rayquaza, saves the Mewtwo, but I gotta give it this Zygarde. He's got so much aura. It turned him on, I thought was so mid and is such a goat. And then the fact that he just stole onto the list, unfortunately, is criminal because Charizard obviously takes it twice. So Charizard gets 2. But I'm going to spice it up because I'm already giving it as my favorite because the gimmick form of there. Is it my favorite Gen 6 Mon 2 and Gen 1? Yes, but I think that's not very fair for a placement. So if I had to pick a new one for this section, I would actually probably go with Zygarde, and it's not that close. I think he's easily second. So we're going to do that just to have something new, something fresh, and because it's counting twice, which I'm not sure I agree with, so I want to spice it up a little bit. Gen 7. All right, Gen 7. We got normal types. Normal Gen 7. I'm going to have to give this to Beware. I'm a big fan of you. Fire, easily Incineroar, although there are some close mentions. Water. I am a fan of Golisopod. Ash Greninja counting here is so cheeks because I have to vote him now. Grass. Serena. Yes, yes, Serena. You easily make that. So much love for you, girl. Electric. Zeriora is so sick, but I never really got to experience it because of just how they released him and made him. But even so, and then Ash Cat Pikachu's going to buy us because low-key I would actually take Pikachu in general over these guys. But are these really different Mon? No, I don't count them as different Mon. I'm not really considering them to be in this category. So I have to give it to Raichu. Ice. We will do Crabominable. Yes. Shout out to Mimics for that. Then fighting. Buzzwole. Look, Kamo is so close. Yes, it's Buzzwole. Poison. Muck. I've always loved his design. I always loved Alolan Muck's design. Ground. Easily once again Zygarde. Flying. Oof. Shout out again to Mimics for the Orsorio or Oricorio diss. But I have to give it to Toucannon. Yes, Toucannon. Psychic, Necrozma, or Ultra. I actually like Necrozma's design better than Ultra, so I'd give it to Necrozma pretty easy. He's going to be a tough contender. For Bug, I did Buzzwole again. He takes it. For Rock, I will actually say Lycanroc, even though this Mon is completely trash. I do love Lycanroc Midnight. Then we got, this is Ghost. Lunala with its different forms is so cool. Decidueye is pretty cool. Mimikyu is really cool. Marshadow is really cool. So is Alolan Marowak. So many good options in Ghost. But I'd have to pick... Let's see. Decidueye versus Mimikyu. Mimikyu versus Lunala. Or those. Wow. Actually, Mimikyu versus Marowak. Oh, shockingly in the Marshadow. Yeah, actually the Mimikyu. Shocking to me. But yeah, it's Mimikyu. It's Mimikyu. Dragon... Again, biased with Zygarde, who gets 2, but he wasn't in this category in that gen, so I will give it to him here. Dark. I really do like Guzzlord. Do I like it better than Incineroar? No. Or Ash Greninja? No, I give it to Incineroar. Steel. Shout out to Wolfie for that. Steel. Magearna is a close customer in recent times, but... I think I gotta give it to Solgaleo with its transformation form. So sick. Fairy. Mimikyu. Starter. Incineroar. Gimmick form. Probably Ultra Necrozma. We're counting the Alolan forms as being a gimmick form. I'm not sure I agree with that, but I can kind of see the odds for that. But probably Ultra Necrozma. I think that concept is just insanely goated. Then Legendary, Ultra Necrozma, probably, like I said, I like Necrozma better. Zygarde, I'm not picking you twice because you got to be in the last one. Not really counting that. So it easily then falls to Necrozma. And then All-Star favorite, Beware or Incineroar, Ash Greninja, Incineroar or Serena or Alolan Raichu, Serena. I'll take Serena over Crabominable. I'll take it over Buzzwole. I'll take it over Muck. I'll even take it over Zygarde and over Toucannon. Necrozma becomes really close, but again, you don't understand how much she did for me in Pokemon Unite, bro. You don't understand the era, the golden glow of Serena. You just had to be there. You had that. Like, that's one way to put it. I rarely say something like that, but you had to be there to appreciate how insane Serena was and is. She deserves the world, dude. Yes, and yes, man. I gotta give it to Serena. Wow. She's the second one who's a non-legend to make it, but I'm telling you, man, you had to be there. All right, Gen 8. Then we have Gen 8. So, let's see this. That Meowth is funny. I really like his sprite. Zoroark was added. These guys, that Eevee fell off for me just because of the other girl, and then Snorlax. She looked as a Penny and Rogue very recently. Green, my goat. Ursaluna is really cool. But, actually, no. Even though I really do want to say Zoroark off design alone, I do like Ursaluna just a lot more. Fire. Not fair, but G-Max Charizard. Yes. Water. Oh, fuck Cramorant. Urshifu is really cool. I don't like the design of the Palkia thing. Samurot's really cool. Urshifu, I love that he's this hard-hitting, guaranteed crit due to his rapid strikes. That is just exactly my language. It's a love letter to Voltage, so we're taking that. Grass. Not the strongest lineup I've ever seen. Sorry to my, like, you know, Applin fans. If I had to pick, Rillaboom or you? Probably Rillaboom. And then I don't really care if you G-Max that much, so I guess Rillaboom. Interesting. Electric, Fat Pikachu. P. I love him for that. I'm being a dork again, I see. And I said for the 100th time. Regieleki's really cool too. Toxtricity's solid. I actually like P, so we're taking him. Ice. Darmanitan might have a better case here because I didn't really like cook with the DLC all that much. So, all right, Darmanitan, you know what? You make it. Oh, but Calyrex, no, actually, I got to use you a lot. Let's not forget. Sorry, he got kicked. Calyrex actually got to use a lot in Rogue. It's been a little while, but he was really good when I used him. I had fun with that. Fighting type. Is Urshifu taking it twice? Yeah. I forgot which one is, like, which pose is which type. Water Dark or Water... What is it? Water Dark or Water Fighting, I think. But they're close enough to me. I kind of consider them the same mon, even though I know they're different. So, I think his pose is harder, so we'll take his. Poison Eternatus. Are you robbing this? Gengar's is funny. These sprites are so well done. Chef's kiss. We'll take Eternatus in the first form. Ground, Ursaluna, no contest. Flying, Robbery, but Charizard once again, with his Gen A G-Max form. Psychic. We'll take Orbeetle. I really do love Orbeetle. You guys may know from the recent Gen 8 list that I love Orbeetle. Then, that was Psychic. Bug. Kleavor or Orbeetle? Frostlass is like not Frostlass. Not Frostlass. Frostmoth is a close third. But between them, I just got a special place in my heart for Orbeetle. It's close with Kleavor. If he was like a really dominant mon, he'd probably have made it. But in Rock, he once again loses to my goat. Then in Ghost, Typhlosion for sure. I did pick them as my starter in Arceus. They were very fun. Then, Hisui and Gudra, I love you, my beloved. No, because I don't like these forms as much as other people. Heck no. Yes, Hisui and Gudra, my beloved. Glad to see you on here. I didn't really get to see the Hisuis. Like, I didn't get to put them on the list, so I gotta make up for that sometime soon. They were not included, but I'm glad they're here, so I can give some respect on their names. This is Dark. I'll give it a Grimmsnarl. Steel. I'll give it to Zacian. Yeah. With the smaller sword, though. I like the smaller sword one. Zacian. Yeah. Close with Gudra, but after Pokero, Zacian. This includes the other form of Zacian because he's not steel type for Fairy. I think Zacian easily still takes this, though. He does, so I'll have to give it to him. Then starter, if we're including Hisui, which is crazy because Cinderace deserves to be on this list. He got robbed by Charizard. He deserves to be here. Cinderace would be at the top versus Typhlosion, but I think the Ghost Fire is just so unique that I do like it better. It's close though. Then Gimmick. I actually don't want to say Charizard immediately takes this because I don't like Gigantamax that much. Although he's not on this list. None of the other Genmon are. Okay, very good for that then. I'm not a big G-Max fan. The regionals, there are some cool ones in here. They're not my favorites. I'd have to give it to Hisui, and it's down between Typhlosion and Gudra. And if I had to pick, it's actually Gudra. I really love that Pokemon. Legendary is easily Zacian, I want to say. Giving it one more skim. It is easily Zacian. And then all-star favorite. All right, so Charizard, I'm not counting because you are just a Dynamax Charizard, which I love Mega Evolution, which is why the Mega is a really tougher contest. I don't love Dynamax, so you lose just for being Dynamax alone. Ursaring and Urshifu is Ursaring. Ursaluna, I mean. Ursaluna versus Rillaboom. We give to Ursaluna. Then Ursaluna and Pikachu, Ursaluna and Calyrex, Ursaluna and the other Urshifu. I put both forms on here. Let's go. Ursaluna, Eternatus and Ursaluna, Orbeetle, Ursaluna, the starter. Ursaluna's really good. I have to give it to him. Gudra, though, beats out Ursaluna and beats out Grimmsnarl. And then Zacian is close. But as much as I love Zacian, I know how much I love Hisui and Gudra. You are easily taking this. Dragon Steel, my beloved, and I always liked you as a better version of the last Dragon Steel type. Of, what's his face? I don't even remember off the top of my head what his name is. I'm just slipping. Archaludon, and that was before Archaludon came out, though. So, okay. Let's go over to Gen 9, and then we're going to get to the all-star picks of each type. That's going to be fun. And, of course, the bottom list, which has a number of things to make as well. As for Gen 9, let's see what we got here. Normal type. Maushold, I will admit you've gone up in recent times, and you don't have a bunch of strong competition until you get to Blood Moon Ursaluna, who easily takes that. Fire type, a couple of great picks. Really a top 3, maybe 4 or 5 honorable mentions, but I have to give it to Skeledirge even over. Y'all are gonna notice an abrupt cut right there, and that was because I saw like this really big bug, which turned out to just be a really big fly, because it was, I guess, a bit hot outside, but like at the corner of my eye that looked a little different than a fly. So, you know, jump scare, but I thought I'd share that and leave that in, because I think it's gonna be kind of funny on the rewatch. Anyway, I was comparing these top picks for Fire, and as much as I really think Ceruledge is super sick, I like Skeledirge more just because of how insanely good this guy is with Torch Song. I have so much fun every time I use Torch Song. You know, it's just very recently a video, so heck yeah. In this case, in Water type, we'll have to give it over to Quaquaval. I really like his gimmick, even though he's, again, fallen off in recent times. And then Grass, I will have to give it to, as close as it is, even with Wo-Chen on this list, and then, like, I still kind of have to easily give it to Meowscarada. As for Electric, let's see if I can click right. Probably easily Palmont, even though I really like these guys. I really like Palmont better. I haven't really gotten the most experience with, what's his face? Miraidon. So, yeah. For Ice, it is very close between Skeledirge. Wait, Skeledirge. Yo, his name is slipping all of a sudden now. After I just because I messed that up for a second, my mind is like slipping, but you know who I'm talking about. I just used him in the video. My brain just my mind is all messed up with what just happened. And then Chen Pao. Between these two, I'd rather get to actually Chen Pao. I really have a lot of fun with this guy. Fighting type, there are a couple of new ones, like Annihilape. Love him. He probably does take the next slot, huh? Yeah, Annihilape deserves it. Poison. Okidogi's poison fighting on. Interesting. Not really many poison hitters, though. I'm not gonna lie. I guess Revavroom. Not too many good picks for me, personally, there. We'll go with Blood Moon Ursaluna. I was about to say brown type. It's something ground. I tell you, my mind is messed up, dude. Flying type will easily go over to Flamigo. That goat has much place in my heart. Psychic. Not many good picks. I guess the other Armarouge. Bug. I don't know why he keeps trolling up for no reason. Bug. Funny enough, I'm giving it to Spadops. Just because as much hate as he gets, he's actually a Mon who's pretty hated that I actually like. Garganical can take Rock. Yep. Or Garganical, however you say it. For Ghost, I really do like Gimmighoul. I really do like Annihilate, but this design is just so golden and so sick, he deserves a place here. Even though, again, he's comparing against Skeledirge, who beat him the first time. So, like, would he win for Ghost? Unfortunately, I guess not. Does Skeledirge lose to Annihilate? Probably, yes. So, Annihilate does take both. Dragon. We will give it to Frigibax. That's his name. We'll give it to Frigibax. Pretty easily. Dark. Meowscarada or Chen. Chen Pao or Meowscarada? Chen Pao. He's cooler. Steel. This is, as much as I like King Gambit, I don't like him better than the other forms. I like they exist. Tinkaton is a close one-ish, but I like Gimmighoul better. Fairy, that is easily Tinkaton. Yes. Starter, Skeledirge. This is Gimmick. There really weren't that many, because obviously because now it's Terra. But I'd probably give it to Tauros of these. Yes, and we'll give it to the Flaming Tauros. Legendary, not as high picks. I think Gen 9 is overall a consistently good generation, which I am very impressed with. But it doesn't, to me, hit the highs of peaks that I actually would have for the other generations. Personally. I think this is Chen Pao, though. As close as it is, I think it's Chen Pao. And then who is the all-star favorite? Blood Moon or Skeledirge? We'll give it to Skeledirge. Skeledirge to each other's starters. Palmont, Skeledirge, Chen Pao and Skeledirge. Actually, Chen Pao. Annihilate? Or not Chien-Pao. Actually, Skeledirge. Skeledirge or Annihilate. No. Rillaroom. No. Let me look back at them. I actually think it's going to end up being Skeledirge. Wow. Didn't really foresee this, but as close as it is between like two other options, Skeledirge takes it for Gen 9. My favorite, being another starter. First gen since Gen 1 to have my favorite mon of the region be a starter. But yeah, it is. Huh, that says a lot about Skeledirge, man. I guess I love him even more than I would have thought. Let's take a look at the number one for each type. Now, number one normal type of all my options. So here's the final tournament competition of these guys. Snorlax versus Ursaring. Snorlax versus Slacking Snorlax versus Regigigas. Versus Stoutland. Regigigas. Versus Mega Kangaskhan Regigigas. Beware loses. Ursaluna and Regigigas are close, but as much as I love them, they don't come close to the GOAT. Regigigas takes number one. Fire, we don't even need to ask. It's Charizard, but specifically Mega Charizard X. I do just love him so much. Water. Gyarados versus Feraligatr. We'll give it to Gyarados. We'll give it to Gyarados. Gyarados. Yeah, it's Gyarados. Yep, Gyarados. Okay. Grass, maybe a bit closer. Celebi takes it. Then Celebi takes it again. Then Leafeon takes it. Leafeon keeps it. Leafeon and Serena are close. We can limit the other two. It's either Leafeon or Serena. As much as I love Leafeon, I think I have to give it to Serena. Like, you guys know this is one of my tops. You get it. Then for Electric, Electabuzz and his whole line of here, let's just cut them. Electivire is my favorite of the forms, which beats Manectric, which you're close. Pikachu is a runner-up for sure, although it loses to Electabuzz in general. This other Pikachu does make it into the run against Electivire. Alolan Raichu, probably not though, not really, because it loses to Electabuzz, so it wouldn't have a chance against Electivire, who beats Electabuzz. Alolan Raichu, no. No, and then Palmot. It's probably Electivire. I do like him even more than I do Thundurus. Ice. Weavile takes it so far, and even directly comparing it, I actually would give it to Weavile over all these, yes. Fighting type. Machamp beats Heracross. Barely beats Blaziken. Barely beats Gallade, beats Conkeldurr, barely beats Mega Gallade, beats, and well, it's close. I think it's Machamp. Wow, Machamp is my favorite fighting type in any game. That is crazy to me. Really puts things in perspective that he is just my number one across the games, man. It's close, but he takes it. Poison, I feel like it's a Nidoking sweep. Nidoking. Yeah, easy sweep. I love this guy so much. Best poison type in all Pokemon to me, without question. Nidoking versus Ground. Okay, loses to Larvitar, or wins to Larvitar. Oh, he's not lose. He wins that. I do like him more than Groudon. Nidoking Garchomp. Ooh, now we're talking competition. I'm starting to realize how much I love Nidoking. Like, I always knew I loved it, but this is tough. Nidoking or Garchomp. D-Dance Garchomp. For all-out performance, though, and using it a lot, I'd have to give it to Garchomp barely. It's close, but Garchomp. Garchomp or Crocodile. Garchomp. Garchomp. Zygarde, you're another close one, but as a legend, I mean, I've used you a couple of times on occasion. I've used Garchomp just so much over the years, and it loses to Ursaluna as well. Garchomp takes it for Ground. Flying, Charizard should easily take this once again. Double up. If you didn't want me to double up, I'd probably switch it, but this will be regular Charizard instead of Mega, so we will throw him on there. He easily takes that. Psychic, lots of competition here too. Mewtwo or Celebi Mewtwo. Mewtwo or Deoxys Mewtwo. Mewtwo or Gallade Mewtwo. Mewtwo beats Victini, beats Hoopa. Necrozma is the closest, but I'd still give it to Mewtwo, and then it beats the other two. Mewtwo takes it. Bug. Scyther and Scizor on this list, phenomenal. I do like Scyther better, and over Ninjask, Rupee, and Genesect, and over Mega Beedrill, but not over Buzzwole and over the others, so I actually give it to Buzzwole. I'm a big fan of this guy as a recent mon. Rock type, another, you know, this one's got some hitters versus each other. Kabutops over Tyranitar, over Regirock, even over Rhyperior now, over Gigalith, over Diancie, over Midnight, over the others. Wow, Kabutops easily. I thought it was going to be a lot more competition. They fight with each other. I think Kabutops easily beats them all. Okay. Ghost. Gengar's got a strong pick here over Misdreavus and unfortunately Duskull. Versus Giratina, he's got a slight lean, and over Golurk, as much as I love Golurk, I gotta take Gengar for sure. Over Hoopa, over Mimikyu, over the others, Gengar easily secures it. It's not even close. That was where his real competition was. The first one, you know, he easily takes it, but down here, he has real competition. He still just sweeps everyone above him or below him. Dragonite, and Kingdra, I'll take Dragonite, but I would have to let him lose to Rayquaza, who I take Giratina over Rayquaza, and I keep Giratina over Zekrom. Mega Charizard easily takes this, so I guess he kind of easily has to steal it, but Giratina does fight against Zygarde, who also comes a bit close, and Goodra, but overall, Charizard X takes it again. I gotta give it to him. Dark, I'm looking at, you don't count. Umbreon and Absol, I'll take Umbreon. Darkrai easily wins, then over Zoroark, Hoopa, and yep, Darkrai easily sweeps. That is completely his. Steel, Scizor, then Metagross, I'll take. Metagross or Lucario, I like Metagross better personally. Genesect, I'll take Metagross over. Metagross over Aegislash, over you. And it's between Zacian and it's between Gimmighoul, you're off. So Zacian or Metagross? Metagross, I don't think it's really that hard either. Metagross. Fairy, I think Zacian kind of sweeps this. As much as I love Sylveon, Gardevoir, Togekiss, there are some good picks here, but I think Zacian making my all-time list. Like, this is my favorite type of any generation is Zacian. That is crazy to say that he actually makes this list. He's probably the most shocking one. You can tell I'm a big Gen 1 fan, very big Gen 1 fan. I've got a couple of newer picks, like Serena makes this, and then Buzzwole makes this, a couple of newer ones down the line, but Zacian, okay. Starter of all time, easily Charizard. Gimmick of all time, or is this? Yeah, this is Gimmick of all time. Mega Charizard X. Do we even have to add? Like, clearly he's taking like 4 slots or 5 slots. He's clearly my favorite with some more mixes. Legend of all time. This is gonna be closer. Mewtwo or Celebi? Mewtwo, obviously. I don't know why I thought about that. Mewtwo beat Deoxys already. Mewtwo or Darkrai? Whoa! Now we're asking the real questions. We're asking the real questions. Mewtwo or Darkrai? I would have to give it to... If I had to, like, let's say I had to pick one to own. Not just use, because both of them kind of fallen off for your times. Like, pick one to own. I would actually take Darkrai. Darkrai over Victini, and then over Zygarde, over Necrozma. As close as these are, I know I'm answering quick, but they are close. Over Zacian, over Chien-Pao, it's Darkrai. My all-time favorite legend is Darkrai. And I stand by that. Yeah, he's my number one. He is my number one. Mewtwo is a close second. And then my favorite of all time, do we have to even ask? Mega Charizard X. Charizard as a whole takes number 1. Consider that to be Charizard itself. Oh, it's actually on this list, so no, it's Charizard himself. Charizard himself deserves that spot. He does count. He does count, even though, because it's the Mega right there. Charizard himself counts. If I really had to pick, I love base Charizard and everything he has, even over Mega X. I love him. I do love Mega X as a gimmick, but I love Charizard in all his forms even more. You already knew he was going to make number 1, but this list was good. Really good, really good. So, yeah, if I had any hitters, let's zoom out real fast. I will show the whole thing after I do the bottom, but if I have, hitters you guys rock with, let me know. If there's Pokemon here you hate that I picked in a certain spot over someone else, let me know. Consider joining the Voltage crew, and let's get into this bottom pool right here. So, let's go down here and do the favorites of each type of category. Favorite of each category, and then the final team. So, favorite regional bird. Pidgey is close. I'll take Pidgey over Spearow, over Hoot Hoot. Taillow is close, but I'll take it. Over Wingull, over... Fletchling is close. Fletchling versus Pidgey. Actually, I might give it to Fletchling. And Fletchling easily beats the rest. Fletchling, yeah. This is your spot that you deserve in this list. Favorite regional mammal. Rattata over Sentret. Over Zigzagoon, but close. Over Bidoof, over Trat. Oh, really though? Like Lanoon, I'd probably take over Raticate, wouldn't I? And then Greedent's also there. You know what? No, I think we take Zigzagoon. I think he takes it. I really have a lot of fun. Like, I've talked about that in the Gen 3 video with the Headbutt strat and Lanoon as a Pokemon. I actually really enjoy that. I think I would enjoy that more than Raticate, so we'll take it. Favorite regional bug. Weedle's a close pick instantly. Sewaddle's maybe an honorable mention. And then Blitbug, but I like Orbeetle better, but I like Beedrill better. So, Weedle. Yep. Favorite pseudo. Dragonite or Tyranitar. I think I'm giving it to Dragonite, and who's beating Salamence. Loses to Metagross, who loses to Garchomp. Take it. Goodra somewhat counts, but no. The bottom ones, I'm not counting the Megas. They don't make them better. Garchomp or Hisuian Goodra. I think I just did that, and I put Garchomp. So Garchomp takes it. He's my favorite pseudo. Favorite Pika clone. I don't want to count the costume ones because they're not... I mean, the hat ones definitely don't count. The costumes maybe with one move. But they're... And then Pika clone also includes the base Pikachu, which to me is easily that guy. I will take Pikachu even over Palmot. The OG is the GOAT. We'll take him. Favorite evolution? Leafeon. I don't need to think about that really. Favorite fossil? I don't need to think about that either. It's Kabutops. Let me make sure. Yep, easily Kabutops. Favorite regional form of all types? This is only regional forms. Okay. Probably Hisuian Goodra or Hisuian Tyranitar. Want to look across the board one more time, which I have. And if I had to pick for a form as a whole, I think I like Goodra better. But for the form specific, I think I like Tyranitar's better because I did more for it. But at the same time, did it really? If I had to pick my favorite between the two in general, though, it's Goodra. So Goodra. Gigantamax. I actually might not say Charizard here if we're talking about Gigantamax as a whole. If we're specifically talking about which Gigantamax form I like the best, Charizard. Pikachu for P might just take it, but Charizard is cooler. They're kind of close. But I guess Charizard for being cooler. Machamp and Meowth are okay. Gengar is okay. Like, good stuff, but not crazy. Not crazy. Cool and unique, but not quite it. I guess it is Charizard still. P's close. As a form, I take Charizard. Like, actually using it, no meme, Charizard. Favorite baby, Elekid or Magby come close. And I love them. So does Riolu. They're probably the top 3. And then Celebi and Munchlax make a top 5 pretty easily. But if I had to pick, I like Elekid the best. Then favorite new Evo that they added later. I'm clearing out most of these immediately. Weavile's potential, but I like the Electivire Magmortar so much. Rhyperior too. Dusknoir as well. Gallade as well. Oh, wow. Some later ones like Kleavor, another good one. Ursaluna, yeah. Blood Moonstone especially. Oof, we got some tough picks, but if I had to, it's probably Electivire. As much as I really love a lot of these guys, I take Electivire. Favorite Alcremie, I don't care too much, but I like the big cake one. Favorite Pavilion, I like the Pokeball one. I remember it off the top of my head. Favorite Spinda, heck if I know, just randomizing one. We'll take it. Favorite Pokeball, that is easy for me. It is, where is it? If I can find it. It's a Quick Ball. Nothing like a Quick Ball. Let's go ahead and chuck that. Boom, Pokemon's caught. I'm fine with that. Now, if we're talking like what would I design my whole team in, personally, Master Ball is nice, but I like Master Ball in a Legend. It's not quite what I like for a whole team of appearance. Ultra Balls are pretty sick. For something that fit me, though, as Voltage, what would Voltage use? We want green or black in there, right? Probably that's Net Ball, right? Or Dusk Ball. It's one of the two, but probably that one. No, that's Net. That's Dusk right here. There's also the like old generation ones. Those are fine. Or this could be nice too. Or even these. Oh, I really like that one too. There's a few options, but I like Quick Ball myself if you're talking about me. Favorite type? Ooh, this is a fun question. Favorite type? Fire beats normal. I take fire over that. Over water, over grass, then fire versus electric. For a typing? Electric. And then over ice? Electric. Electric takes it over fighting. Over poison, over ground, over flying. Over psychic, over bug, over rock, over ghost. Yes. But then dragon. And there's also dark. Dragon takes it over electric. And there's dark. Which is close, but also loses. Steel loses, very loose. It's dragon. I love dragon types so much. If you couldn't tell, I'm a big dragon fan. So, yeah. Yeah, they dig it. Favorite paradox of all of these? Again, you guys might remember from Gen 9, I don't have the strongest opinion, but probably Miraidon, since he counts. I don't know if I'd count it in my own headcanon, but probably. Ultra Beast, Buzzwole, I think it's pretty obvious. Mythical, Celebi, or Deoxys, they both count. Celebi or Deoxys, who takes it? Did I just have them compete in Psychic? Who just won that? Psychic. Mewtwo? Oh, they didn't actually compete against each other. No. So, time travel barely beats out super cool looking fires from space. Barely. Oh, but Darkrai. Sorry, y'all got robbed. Y'all got robbed. Darkrai takes favorite mythical. Then favorite box legendary, I think it's Mewtwo pretty clearly. Oh, he's not a box legendary. Duh. It's Mewtwo pretty clearly. Yeah, no. You both lose. You definitely lose. Rayquaza takes that. Giratina versus Rayquaza. I may have lied and like thrown these two back and forth. You see they're pretty close. Probably Rayquaza. No. Ooh, Arceus counts because he's on Arceus now. I'd pick Arceus. Yeah, favorite box legendary. And then we make a team. So for the team, you need to click a team box, then a Pokemon from the grid to copy it from the box. So if I were to make my all-star team of 6, let's take it from this bottom list here. So from this bottom list of all my options, obviously, Mega Charizard is first. For a second, I'm confidently going to go ahead and take Garchomp. Let's do this first. Garchomp. Then I would take from here, so that's a few types covered. Gyarados is probably easily next. Nidoking probably doesn't make this all-star pick just because of the overlap of ground. Make sure I see some of this down here. I definitely want to include Darkrai for mythical. A mythical should make it on. I'll also throw on a legendary and throw on Mewtwo. This is, of course, a kid's team. If I only could pick one legend between the two of them, on this team, I'd probably throw on Darkrai because I already have a Mega, so I wouldn't use Mega Mewtwo. And then for the last pick, I think I know who it's going to be. We're not going to take a legendary or a mythical. It comes down kind of close, though, between about 3 options. But I would probably take... Oof, it's really close. Let's add... It's really between Serena and Electivire, I think. Machamp was a fine option. Gengar was a relative option as well, which I think would be really good. Weavile, but if I had to make the team, and Metagross was an option too. I think I'm actually taking... Well, I'm not using Mega Gengar, but regular Gengar is very good too. We'll take Gengar. So this is one version of the team. I want this to be shown here. This great one. I will say, though, if I had to switch it up, Mewtwo would switch for Metagross. If I only could run one, I would kick Mewtwo. I'd put Metagross in its place, Steel Psychic. So we'd have Fire Dragon, Dragon Ground, which is kind of an overlap, but my favorite type is Dragon, so I'm willing to make 2 of that. Flying Water, Poison Ghost. If we had Mewtwo, it's just Psychic. If we have Metagross, it's Psychic Steel, and then Darkrai for Dark. That, to me, is a fire team. Now, as you may know, this whole thing we did here is going to end up being its own video. Can I get rid of this thing? Like, okay, you know what? Just go hide this. It's going to be used for video content. We are going to make a video off of this for sure, and it's going to be fire. Let's say that. I got a lot of fun ideas. This final team down here, let's zoom out again and show the whole thing, which will have the entire amount of Pokemon picked, everything. We can kind of get, I guess I zoom out twice to get everything in there. No, I got to zoom even more than that. Okay, this is good. So this gets everything on there, as small as it is. So this is going to make some video content of more of my favorites. If you're curious, we're going to see more of that, but I am not going to make it all now. We're going to go back to some of you guys' suggested comments for some more. This whole thing was started by someone's comment. I wanted to see all my favorites, and this is the full circle of that. Here is my ultimate favorite Pokemon picker. Did I cook? Did I have some misses? Am I too bland and basic? Did a 10-year-old make this list? What did you agree with? What'd you like? What'd you hate? Let me know. But if you enjoyed, leave a like, comment your thoughts down below, and of course, subscribe if you want to see more. We are aiming for 500 subscribers as our next big goal, and I would love for more of you guys to join the Voltage crew. With that being said, have a great rest of your nights, days, evenings, mornings, whatever times you're watching this, and for some of you who may be curious, if you want me to redo this list and make my top most hated, I know that's been asked for, I will come to that comment soon enough. In the future, we will come back and use all this to make my most hated mon in all of Pokemon. I hope you're excited for that. That's going to be a fun one. So, without further ado, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Voltage out.